These are all the game modes in Geometry Dash, but they're all the same, like you just click and then something happens. So what if we created a brand new game mode and called it like the Dragon game mode or something? How would this Dragon game mode function? Well, today we're gonna figure out by making a new Dragon game mode and making an entire layout for it. Stick by because this is by far the best game mode I have made. Let's see, I'm really interested to see how this game mode is gonna turn out because it's been a while since we made a new game mode. And if you guys remember, the very first step would be to create the portal. I'm actually just gonna steal a portal that I made before and we can just adjust the colors here and see how our dragon portal is gonna look like. So for the bottom part, I want to make it kinda like that. Then the upper part is gonna be more bright like that. So kind of like orange-ish yellow because dragon is gonna shoot out fire. You guys have no clue yet. And then of course we can't forget to change the particle colors because otherwise this would be very messed up. And with that, this actually looks pretty cool. Just a few adjustments and this looks very like this one. There's like basically no difference. Or actually this one. Yeah, it's like a combination of the two. So I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look a bit different. And this time I'm gonna add animations on top of it. Kind of add like fire that is always gonna be playing. Like this one for example. And then we can make like a fire like that. And then we can scale it down to kind of emphasize that this is going to be... Yo, this actually looks pretty good. Like, I like the fire coming out of these balls. That's pretty good. Now, one thing that I never did before that I'm gonna try to do this time is to add the second layer behind this portal. And let's see how that's gonna turn out. Boom! Like that! How do you guys like this? I think this is much better than the just raw portal like that. And yeah, this looks pretty cool. I might actually add a few more animations just to make this look a bit better. For example, this one, if we scale it like that, then we can place it exactly like so. Look at it. This is pretty beautiful. And I also added more fire like that. Maybe this one will be... Yeah. Oh my god. This looks so much like this. This is so much different than these like very basic ones because this game mode is also going to be pretty different. So, nice. We have made the portal. Now we have to actually make the dragon to see how that's going to be. Now, I could use this guy, but that would be very, very boring. So, we're going to have to create our own dragon, which I'm going to do using circles. Yeah. Boom! We have a dragon and I think it gets the job done. Maybe the jaw should be a bit like that. Yeah, that's more like a crocodile now. Anyway, I added it into this circle and now it looks much better. I'm wondering if I should add this like on top. Yeah, on top looks very dramatic, so I'm gonna do it like that. And as soon as you entered into this portal, you're actually gonna turn it straight into this dragon. So I'm gonna have to make the mechanics for that. And now by simply using an event trigger and a bunch of advanced follow and hide player and a bunch more triggers, now if I start and enter the portal, you guys can see that now I am a dragon, which looks pretty cool, I must say. But this is there's still a lot to be added because the dragon just as a head just flying around doesn't really make that much sense. So we're gonna have to add a trail, and that shouldn't be too hard because we can use the particle system, make it relative, like kind of make it extremely big, add stars, and then you have this beautiful thing. And now, oh my god, look at this. This looks so cool. I love how the gradient is literally perfect from black all the way to white. It just looks so good. And this is I don't know what to say, but this is it's just looks so smooth. I absolutely love it. Was that better or is this one better, like a more white thing with a lot of spikes around it? I think this one is better, but let me know down in the comments which one you would prefer because I might change it as well. But for now we have a pretty good looking game mode. I mean, that's an excellent start, I gotta say. We're still gonna have to make the layout, but one thing I want to do is by adding a bunch of rotate triggers, we can basically just make this kind of open its mouth and close it like constantly. And now you guys can see that this guy constantly does this, which just looks so good. It looks professional and I just like it so much. Look at it. Okay, so the idea here for this game mode is that you're gonna break through these types of blocks, and this is gonna have a very unique layout as well. It's not gonna be like any ordinary stuff. This is gonna be quite special because you're gonna have to like collect a bunch of keys, open doors, go backwards and stuff in order to open like the final door that's gonna allow you to exit. I think that would be very, very cool. So now I also added these animations as well as this particle system and made it spawn every time time you break one of those blocks using your mouth. And now the dragon breaks these guys and kind of makes this insanely good looking fire as soon as you break those guys. And it just looks so good, bro. I absolutely love this. Might be added as a new official game mode. Yes or no down in the comments. I don't think so, but who knows? Maybe 2.6 or so. Okay, so I want to try what would happen if I actually just do this and then make this like a 2x like that. So now I do this. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I absolutely love this because you can like do like a massive jump like that and you instantly turn into this dragon, bro. Looks so cool. All right, the game mode I think is fully finished. Now it's just time to make the layout. Maybe I get more ideas later on to like improving the dragon, but I think it looks pretty good. It took me a while to make, but it's pretty good result. And now just to teach the player that you actually gotta go through these blocks, I made this specific particle, and now you guys can see that you gotta go like into these blocks, right? Just as a small tutorial for those who don't know. Wait, those who don't know. All right. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add multiple paths. So this time it's gonna be 2 paths. This is just basically teaching the player on the mechanics of this new game mode. Just letting him know that, you know, this game mode is a dragon, so you better be careful. And again, we're just gonna make this look, you know, not too raw of a layout, but like that looks pretty decent. Yo, I actually like this. And now this 9, you might have seen it. This one's gonna be very handy for the future because now, if you guys will see, if I kind of add like a wall in here from top to bottom, actually, I'm gonna make it extremely clean looking. So I'm actually just gonna use these guys and I'm just gonna copy and paste it, make it like a very big wall. Then we can select one of those guys and the right side has a camera edge. And now you guys can see that if I go like that, the camera is just gonna stop, and if you hit that line, actually gonna go backwards, which looks phenomenal for this game mode because you can actually like see the trail again, which is just so cool. Now this is, you know, doesn't seem too crazy, but what I'm gonna do is that because there are 2 paths, what I'm gonna do is as soon as you start, you're actually gonna see something strange going on. There's like a weird path that's gonna go upwards and you're gonna question yourself like, how are we gonna go up there? And that's just gonna be for later. Now, one thing I want to do is that because this trigger is completely invisible in normal mode, what I'm trying to do is come up with a cool looking particle that's basically gonna like represent that this is the point where you start going backwards. Something like that looks pretty nice. Maybe even more animations on it just to keep spicing this up like crazy. So we can use speed on this and then make it negative, and then what it does is it kind of goes from top to bottom. All right, this looks like a pretty cool one that we can replace with that one. Now this is cool because I can simply just copy and paste this whole thing and just put it in here so that the player has kind of no clue on what's going on. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna expand this whole thing like upwards like so, and we can just copy and paste these guys as well. Just make sure they don't look too weird. Yeah, like that. And at first you're not gonna see anything up there, but as soon as you start going back, it's actually gonna start revealing stuff. All right, look at this. So now the arrows are pointing towards the right. However, as soon as you hit this guy, they're gonna start pointing to the left. And now you can use this one to go up. However, this is way too hard. What I'm trying to do is maybe just give him a bit more time like that. And now we can add like a soul blade to make sure you actually hit the reverse portal. And now we can just continue making this. And this is all just teaching the player how this game mode functions and all of the new mechanics like the reverse thing. And yeah, now it goes into free fly mode, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna enter this one. This is actually very fun. Like if you decorate this, I could easily see it becoming like a daily or so. This is pretty good. All right, this is actually pretty nice. However, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of zoom out just a tiny bit so that you can actually see what's going on. So now you can go back and the camera kind of zooms out so that you can see that you gotta hit this one, go up really fast. All right, now I think the player should exactly know how this game mode functions, what it can do, and pretty much everything necessary, to be honest. So now we can start building the maze that I wanted to do. Oh my god, guys, I came up with an excellent idea that I didn't have previously, and now I think it's gonna just make this a lot more fun. So my idea was to basically just collect keys and open doors, but then I realized opening doors and keys, collecting doors is not really that fun. So what I'm gonna do is that, you know how you can break blocks that are white? That's because the dragon himself is white. However, you're gonna see a pink wall, which you won't be able to break until you go back and collect this thing, which is gonna turn your dragon into a pink dragon, which then allows you to basically break through that wall. And one thing that's very interesting about this is that if you're a white dragon, you can break all of the white stuff. And this is very, very important, because now if I change directions and I break these guys, now let's say I change directions again and I break like that, now I become pink, and as soon as I go back, there should be enough room in here for me to cross without breaking any of the white stuff, because he's now pink. He can't break the white stuff. So you gotta like kind of do a tactic on how and which blocks you're gonna break. I think that's gonna be fantastic for the gameplay. So if you feel like you haven't broken enough, you can just switch back and forth the direction and you can break as many as you want. And for now, it's just very, very simple, just teaching you. And for later, I'm gonna add like a lot of like obstacles and stuff that you're gonna avoid. I think this is probably gonna be my favorite game mode so far, but we're gonna see. So now you guys can see I'm a white dragon and I can't go through these blocks. However, if I switch the directions and go back, break these guys and go on to here, I'm gonna die. All right, now though, for real, look at this. Okay, now though, look at this. So now I'm a white dragon and now I'm gonna switch to purple and I'm gonna go back, and oh my god, the guy looks so cool with the purple, and now I can break through these guys and I can't see stuff anymore. But it's working. Oh my god, I'm so happy. It's actually working. All right, next up, what's gonna happen is that you're actually gonna have to kind of line up yourself perfectly in here, because it's gonna be a bit more tough, because now we're slowly exiting the tutorial section. So I would say let's just start going up. This one is actually gonna be very, very fun, and I actually kind of want to try it already. Oh my god, this part turned out so fun. Look at this. This is so cool. I'm gonna go up and then up and then up. I'm gonna actually do more of these parts. So this is actually pretty cool. All right, and the way you break through these blocks is also very nice, because they don't have like they're not like straight up copy and pasted. They have like different sizes, which just makes it so much cooler. Okay, how about we have a yellow color now? Ooh, oh my god, that's such a... Okay, I have an excellent idea. Look at this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have like stuff like that at the bottom. Actually, we can just straight up do this. And now you're gonna have to go down and then change your color, and then you're gonna have to go up again so that you can go through this wall. Okay, I actually want to see how is that gonna be. All right, now I think everything should be perfectly fine. So you're going up. This is so fun, bro. 2.2, you can do crazy stuff. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta move the camera down, otherwise you would not be able to. You guys saw that incredible gradient on the guy? That looked so cool. On the dragon, the gradient was pretty good looking. Okay, so as soon as you reach this point here, the camera is just gonna start going down so that you can actually see what's going on. All right, let's give it a try. All right, we're gonna make the camera go up there as well. Even more, I think, if we kind of want to have it like that. So now you can precisely see what's going on, and then you can go left and right, and now you're gonna go down, left, right, switch color, go like that. It's working. Oh my god, this is probably the most fun game. This is, okay, by far the best game mode I have made. This is so fun. You can do so much stuff with it. Okay, so this is bad news. I kind of forgot the mic muted, but I made a very big and very fun and technical part over here that you guys are gonna see in the showcase. I'm not gonna show it right now, but you guys are gonna see it in the showcase, and it's pretty cool. Okay, but now we are here. So you switch back and then you do a little bit of straight fly and then you die. But that you're not supposed to die, please. Okay, so now we're down here and we are as a pink dragon. So what do we want to do? Ooh, I got an idea. Oh my god, this is very cool. So look at this. So I'm gonna have 3 different walls. So the last one's gonna be the pink one, and then we're gonna have a green one, and then we're gonna have like a yellow one, like that. And it's gonna be very cool because you're gonna start in here as the pink dragon. So obviously you think that you're gonna be able to crush that wall, but you can't until you crush the 2 other walls. Now you're in here as the pink guy, and you're gonna have to come back as the green guy and then come over here, break this wall, and then come back as the yellow guy and then break that one, and then finally the pink one. And each one is gonna have like a cool little, like a nice little path that you gotta go through in order to change the color. I think that would be insanely interesting. Let me just implement that. Okay, so you're gonna go here as the pink guy, then you're gonna switch. Oh my god, that's so risky. So you're gonna go back as the pink guy, and then you're gonna switch again, go up, make yourself green, switch again, and then go back, and then you want to disable this one and go back. Oh my god. Okay, I got stuck for a bit, but now it's working. Let's go. Now we want to go down here to get ourselves as the yellow guy, and this is so phenomenally fun. Like, I can't even comprehend how good this is, but switching accidentally is not that cool. Oh my god. No, switch back. No, yes, open. Okay, that's bad. I gotta make sure that I actually hit these guys, which is why I am thinking of making this like really large so that you can have more time to react. Oh my god, this is like, I can't even comprehend how fun this is. Okay, and then you gotta be again as a pink guy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm simply just going to be putting a yellow wall right here, and if you can break it, you're gonna switch colors. Okay, so by default you are pink, then you want to go up and grab the green guy right there, and then switch not gravity directions again, go down, break this guy, and then go back. Just make sure you don't mess up. Yes, like that. Then go down to grab the final, not the final, there's actually one more, but this is so incredibly fun. I can't even describe it. You guys have to play this on your own and see. So you want to break this one and then go back. that is a big issue, bro. You gotta be really careful when it comes to these guys. Yeah, what I'm doing, what am I doing, bro? All right, now though, so we are yellow, we want to switch and then just go back. I don't know why, but I'm like really, you're gonna be toileting me. I'm like really afraid to touch the ground, even though I know I don't die to the ground. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm the wave. But this is by far, this is probably the most fun game mode I have ever played. All right, so we are back at the yellow guy. So just switch and just hold down the button. Yeah, and now I should be able to cross these guys in. Oh my god, it's working. And now finally break the final wall. Oh my, I am in disbelief at how well this is working. And I guess if you break throughout all of these, we're finally gonna give you a beautiful GG. All right, and we're just gonna move to the showcase. But if you guys liked what you saw, make sure to slap that like and also subscribe, and let's move on. If you like this game mode, make sure to subscribe and also like the video. And watch one of those videos that is on the screen, and I will see you over there.